1 million. That's a big number. I mean, shucks, 100,000 is a big number, right? But 2.4 billion? That is an insane number. The craziest part is that's how many people around the world truly believe there is no hope for them to becoming a better dancer because they have no rhythm. Well, the truth is, just because you feel you were born with 2 left feet does not mean we cannot trade in one of those lefties for a righty and get you on the right path to becoming the dancer you always wanted to be. That being said, let's dive right in.
Welcome back, class, to HṳNS Dance University. It's week 2, and today our sole focus is on improving your rhythm. So if you've ever struggled with dancing cohesively and smoothly with the beat, instead of just stepping on the beat, then this is the class for you. So tune in, get out your notebooks, and lace up those kicks because it's about to go down.
Now, in order to achieve something, you must first know and understand what it is, right? So what is rhythm? Well, to put it simply, rhythm is the pattern of beats or sounds found within music and movement. In other words, rhythm is not sporadic. Rhythm is calculated and intentional. It's a pattern. And what does it mean for one to have rhythm? To have rhythm is to move on beat, to move with the beat, and to be able to maintain a beat and stick with a beat pattern. And some of you may be thinking right now, well, groove is the same as rhythm, right? Well, yes and no. You see, groove is the ability to dance within the beat with feeling. It works in tandem with rhythm, but is the next level up from simply having rhythm. And that's something that we'll get into in another class. Now, how does rhythm affect your dancing? Well, you know what? For that, let's get you some visuals. So follow me on over to the blackboard and I'll explain there. We learned last week that moving without rhythm is not dancing. So then by adding rhythm, you go from sporadic, unintentional movement to calculated and intentional dancing. Let me explain. Okay, so let's look at it this way. We have 2 different heart monitors. One shows this, the other shows this. Which one of these heart monitors looks normal and which one looks concerning? I think it's pretty obvious to say that this one looks concerning. I don't know what's going on with this heart, but we need some clear because we need to wake this person up. They borderline kicking it with death. This one here shows life and it shows normality and consistent. It shows rhythm. And that's what we look for in dance. Between the bass and the drum of the music is where the rhythm and the groove lies. Your rhythm can look like however you want it to, as long as it is consistent, intentional, and has a pattern. For example, it can be as simple as this. Easy, simple, consistent wavelengths and movements evenly distributed between the bass and the drum. It can look like this. Shorter wavelengths of movement, moving evenly and consistently between the bass and the drum. Your rhythm can even look like this, as long as there's a pattern. Now, what we don't want is our rhythm to look like this. We don't want our rhythm to look like this. There's inconsistencies, it's sporadic. That's not dancing, that's moving. And a lot of the times that's how beginner dancers end up rolling their ankle or breaking their leg doing the running man. We don't want that. Save your legs. Take the advice. Okay? Okay. Now, without practice, you cannot improve, right? So, how do we practice improving our rhythm? Well, if you remember your foundations from last week, all you will do, and I will keep this super simple, is you'll take one of your foundations, bounce, rock, or groove. You'll take any music of your choice that makes you feel good inside, makes you want to move and smile. And you'll take that foundation and you'll hold it to one specific beat pattern within the music of your choice. And you'll continue to do that with this one foundation until it becomes easy, until you have that down. And then once you have that down, you keep the same foundation and you put it with either a different song or just a different beat pattern within that same song. By doing this, rinsing and repeating with all of your different foundations, this is what's going to improve your rhythm
drastically
and get you closer to becoming the dancer you've always wanted to be. That being said, let's recap. We learned that rhythm is a pattern of beats and sounds within music and movement. Rhythm is not sporadic. Rhythm is calculated and intentional. It is a pattern. We also learned that groove is a step after learning rhythm that works together with rhythm. To be able to groove is having the ability to move rhythmically within the confines of music between the bass and the drum with feeling. We also talked about how the difference between having rhythm and not having rhythm is the difference between breathing life into your movement to make it dance
and just moving sporadically without intention and not doing the latter.
And in order to practice our rhythm, we take one foundation, we hold it to one beat pattern within any music that we choose, and we continue to do that until it becomes easier and becomes more second nature. And that's simply how we practice. Before the end of class, let's head back over to the classroom and finish up there. Fun fact, did you know there is a condition called beat deafness or dysrhythmia, where a person is truly unable to perceive or produce rhythm? Now, I imagine the 2.4 billion people around the world who believe there's no hope for them in becoming a better dancer truly believe they have this condition. However, this is a super rare neurological condition that affects the brain's ability to synchronize movement to a beat. Research suggests that only 2 to 5% of the entire world's population has actual dysrhythmia, which is way more rare and complex than simply struggling or being challenged with keeping beat, pace, or finding rhythm, which is what many people experience and can be improved through practice. Now, chances are you are not part of that 2 to 5% of the entire world's population that has true dysrhythmia. Keep that in mind moving forward whenever you feel like you hit a wall, you feel stuck, or you feel defeated, because there is hope for you yet. That's the bell. You know what that means, but before you go,
we do have homework.
No worries. It's going to be a fun one. So what I want you to do is go back into the foundations folder on our page. Pick whatever foundation you want to practice. Put it to whatever music you want to dance to, whatever music makes you laugh, smile, and want to move. And use the information I gave you earlier at the blackboard to practice your rhythm. It's gonna make it fun for you, and it's gonna make dance so much easier for you. All right, that's your homework. Feel free to record it and send it to me. I love seeing my inbox flooded with all of your homework videos. I'll give you feedback on that. Let's build that rhythm. And until next week's class dismissed.